The following is a letter Tigger wrote his father while he was in rehab. Being an addict is a full-time, 24-hour a day, 7-day a week obligation.
All you have to do is walk down the street of Red Bank or Middletown or Little Silver. Look left, look right, and any of those people, any of your neighbors, any of your friends could have a secret addiction. You don't know about it. It doesn't wear a necklace that says, I'm addicted to OxyContin. It doesn't say, I'm looking for heroin.
Monitoring every move, thinking that I had it, he was fine, until one day I woke up and I heard a strange noise and I didn't know what it was, and what it was his breathing. And I looked at him, and this is one of his times, which was of many, that he went down the road and got better, and went down the road and got better. I thought he was fine. He was actually, I saw my son have his first breath as a mother, and I saw him take his last breath. He had the needle cap in his throat, and it caused me to wake up and see him die in my arms. And we called, and we got in our car, and thank God. And he went to the hospital. I don't need to go to the hospital. I don't need to go to the hospital. We went through this over and over, like 4 times, till I finally reached out to Lisa, and Lisa helped me through the last stages of him finally getting better and putting him on the right track, getting him into the hospital, putting him into program of the Vivitrol, and Tigger House. Without Lisa and Tigger House, my son wouldn't be here alive today. He lived with Ricky. I never forget the time he came home and he says, do you believe I saw Ricky? He had a needle in his arm. And here was my son, dead in my arms with the needle cap in his mouth. Yeah. So without Tigger House, I wouldn't be here with him today, telling my story.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this rainy day in New Jersey as we give a tribute to Tigger. Yesterday was 7 years since Tigger has passed away. I'm here today. I'm Carla Scarabino. I'm here with Amy Thomas, with Carly Dietrich, Lisa Stavola, Tigger's mom, and the founder of Tigger House Foundation. Thanks for joining us in their beautiful home.
Thank you.
So today we wanted to talk a little bit to you about the work that's being done by Tigger House. As you saw in the video that we just had, addiction doesn't discriminate. It can hit anyone at any point in time. And what we're doing at Tigger House is we're letting you know that help is here and that hope is possible. You saw in that video Anthony, and I remember sitting here, it was almost 4 years ago, when Anthony and Tony sat with us, and he had only been about 8 months in recovery. It was really tough for them. It was tough to watch them because I know it was really, the most important thing was him getting better. And now, as you can see, he welcomed a little baby into this world. And after speaking with him, and I asked him how many years in recovery, and he just said, I don't even look back, I'm just looking forward. So we're really proud to say that Tigger House is helping people to look forward to better days ahead and just longer recovery. Lisa, I know we had a really tough year. I mean, everyone did with the pandemic, but even with our own group, and we regrouped. And tell us a little bit about some of the things that we've done so that the world can see.
Well, I think during this pandemic, it's been hard for everyone, and I want to say we miss everybody, and coming to the event this year, and we look forward to next year, and we want to thank all of our friends and family and people that have donated for the last 6 years. And this year, really, we had time to regroup, which was probably a really good thing for us, because this was our 6th event coming up this year, which next year will be our 6th. So I think Carla became the director in the beginning of last year, the end of last year. And then Carly and also Amy have come on board to help her direct the programs that we're featuring right now, which is the Student Alliance program, which is becoming bigger. And we're happy to announce that we're going to have our own office, because the Student Alliance is a great program for children and their families to come together, especially during a time like today, with the pandemic that we're dealing with. It's giving knowledge to younger children so they can help their peers and their friends and their families, and it's spreading the awareness, which is what we want to do. After we lost Tigger, I think not knowing what was going on with opiates and drugs and not knowing how dangerous it was, and I think today we're gaining speed with all the knowledge that everyone's putting out there, but we want to take a stance for Tigger and create different programs for families and their children.
Right. And during the pandemic, it was a challenging time for Tigger House because we weren't able to go out and see all of our supporters and introduce myself to everybody and talk to everyone about what we do. But Carla and I really used that time to form strategic partnerships in the community. And in the community of addiction and recovery, we went out there and we found out who's doing what the best. And we were able to identify where there was a big need, and that was with students and prevention and creating a wellness lifestyle, give the kids alternatives to wanting to drink and drug. Let's go out and do yoga. Let's go for a hike. So Carly has been working really hard with our Student Alliance.
Yeah, a couple of months back with the pandemic, like Amy mentioned, and Lisa and Carly, it has been difficult, but we really work to do what we can to bring the students together. Some of you may have joined us, but one event that we had was in Oceanport at the stand-up paddleboard. Really was a great success. The students, honestly, they really opened up out on the river. I was able to talk with them, while we're kayaking. It was really amazing. We have some more exciting events planned. Coming up, we're going to be trick-or-treating in Hartshorn Woods. Really looking forward to that. Stay tuned, more to come on that. I really want to, thank Lisa for having me here today. I'm super grateful and honored to be here to remember and celebrate Tigger. Means a lot to me. And this morning I just asked God for some direction. Good orderly direction is what I use. And coming over the bridge to Lisa's house with goosebumps. That's why I have my handy dandy notebook. It really helps me when I need to talk in front of people. But I just had a few things. Tigger House Foundation is here for anyone struggling. I'm the Tigger House Foundation Addiction Navigator. We have had many people call us directly to Amy, Carla, Lisa, and through our email, and we've just been able to navigate them to help. We are a safe place. We're an ear, we're a shoulder. We're here for anyone in the community to lean on us, for anyone who's struggling, and that's just has been truly a gift. And it's amazing. Rick and Lisa have never, ever given up, ever, and still continue to be here for our community. And just what they do is absolutely amazing to, help others fight addiction. Yeah. And also for all of you watching, thank you. This is why we're able to do what we do. This is why we can fight addiction and help others in our community and state, and growing. So it's really amazing. And we see many families who are struggling. And, I'm just passionate about what I do, and I can see that all of you are as well.
Absolutely.
But for the Student Alliance, being the Student Alliance coordinator, I'm just happy to be there for the students to help them navigate life. They need wellness tips. It's about addiction and showing them what addiction can do to someone, but it's more than that, and that's really what we're focused on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're focused even more on the education of addiction, but actually getting to the point of prevention. And at some point, maybe if it's just helping these students so that the epidemic doesn't continue. And I think that's what we're seeing, especially now. We spoke about this in light of COVID. Our young people are struggling even more than ever, and we won't stop. I mean, we're here, we're still going strong. I think Amy and I both have children that, are facing these issues in the world today.
Right. Carla and I are a great team because we come from different perspectives. I'm a mom of younger children who are they'll be entering middle school. Carla's a mom of college age children. So she's already been through it and I'm approaching it. So when it comes to our Student Alliance, I love that as we're developing it and really forming it, I'm looking at it as, well, my children are going to be a part of this. This is what I would want my children to see and learn and do. And every kid knows not to do drugs. We don't preach to them, don't do drugs. Kids know that. But what can you do when you're faced with someone asking you to do drugs, or your group of friends suddenly turned to drink and drug? And there are other alternatives. A life sober is a fun one. And that's what we're trying to do. And not only that with the Student Alliance, but also, especially during COVID, all of these people, depression, anxiety, people who never had difficulties with drinking, it's all coming up now, and it's talking about it, ending the stigma. When quarantine first started, the big joke was, how much wine are you drinking every night? Oh my gosh, at home virtual schooling, so stressful, I gotta have a glass of wine. Well, how are you doing with that now? Are you still doing it every single night? Being able to talk about that's what we need to do. We need to start these conversations. We need to let people know it's okay if you feel sad, if you feel anxious, if you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and we're all feeling it.
And I think that's just it. What you bring up is that, we are here. The Tigger House Foundation team is here to help you. It's just a quick phone call away. It's a text message. It's an email. Whatever you need, we will. That's my job here, to navigate anyone struggling with anything.
Right.
We'll get you someone to talk to.
And our new website. If you're on, please visit our website. We actually are posting conversations about addiction. That section will grow. We're having interviews very frequently with people who've been through this, who we can learn from. And it's about putting that out there so people can keep talking about it. And there's more to come, hopefully, in the next year. We're so grateful for the support we have, and we hope that you could continue. One thing we did want to mention is we are in the middle of an online auction. I think the link is going to be at the bottom of this screen. If you could pledge to help save a life, it would be greatly appreciated. If not, we have some great fun items, which you guys can definitely talk about. One of those is a beautiful home in Mexico.
Yeah, Lisa, will you talk about your gorgeous home in Mexico?
Well, it was my family's house. I spent many holidays there. It's a beautiful place because you pull up, you don't have to leave the house. It's gotten bigger over the years.
Good for social distancing.
It's good for social distancing. You can have your own chef and your couple steps to the ocean, which is beautiful. It's called the Mexican Riviera.
Pet friendly.
Very pet friendly. And it's a beautiful place, a special place that my mother-in-law and father-in-law built years ago.
Right. And it actually is such a value, because if you tried to book it on your own, it would barely be almost $25,000 through Tigger House. Right now, I think the bid is at $8,500 for 6 days, 5 nights. And just think about it: when you do that, you're saving a life. So this is a great opportunity. We have some other fun stuff on the site.
Yeah, as a mom of a daughter, Christina Henderson, Miss New Jersey American. I love this one so much. It's having lunch with her at the Molly Pitcher, and you could pick her brain. If you have a little girl, I do believe Christina said she will come in her sash and crown and a gown. If you have a teenager who, oh my God, how dare you even come out looking like that in public, she won't. And she'll more talk on.
I think it's about empowerment.
Right.
I think Christina has a beautiful story about being a businesswoman. And again, Christina, we have a group of, brings us to some of our ambassadors. She is an ambassador. One thing we didn't mention is we do have young people. And I call them young, they're much younger than we are, but they're Carly is one of them. We are younger people that can be trusted advisors for our students. I think there are people that have either been affected in their own lives, or just can help the students have someone to trust. And that's something else that has been a great year for us, to bring the ambassadors back to the table and really get them involved in the community. So we're excited about that.
Absolutely. Check it out. There's amazing experiences. One is with Oceanport stand-up paddleboarding. so you can spend a day out on the river. It's always a great way to, I like to say, clear your head and just float around and have fun with family and friends. There is some amazing Tigger House Foundation sweatshirts, t-shirts,
Yoga shirts,
hats. So check it out. There's many amazing pieces, jewelry. I think we're also on there. It'll be great, and it's for a great cause. Help us continue to fight.
So thank you so much. One thing we're going to do today is we're all set to have a beautiful tribute to Tigger. We have these amazing lanterns, but Tigger was not ready to cooperate today. So it is pouring in New Jersey. We are going to film our own. So definitely, if you're watching this, go back in at a later date, and hopefully we'll be launching these beautiful lanterns to really, remember Tigger, because that's why we're here. And we know that we want his legacy to continue to help others. That, I think, for us, for each of us, I know it does for me, makes us really, really want to fight even harder and really, hopefully, change things that are going on and hopefully impact students.
And from my family, my husband, my son Alex, and myself, I want to thank these 3 young ladies.
Oh, we're here for you. Thank you, Lisa.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Your hearts are really there.
Well, you have to be. I think you have to be. And you know what?
That's what keeps
I always
us
say I didn't
going.
have the pleasure of meeting Tigger myself, but I think that every day when we do the work we're doing, I think we can all say that you do feel something there. And this is so much child. We all know what it's like, and we always have tough times with our own family and with children, and we're here. So if you can support us, we'd love it. But if you need us, we're here, and that's the most important thing. And any of your children that want to get involved in the Alliance, let us know. And it doesn't just have to be high school students.
Right.
We're looking to put together groups of even younger children or older. This is what's going to change our world, the youth of today. So please join in, and we're so grateful for your support.
Yeah, thank you to everybody for all your support over the years.
Thank you so much.
We couldn't do this without you. Anthony couldn't be sober and living a life in recovery without your support. And every dollar donated goes straight back to those in need. So we truly, from the bottom of our hearts, we can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Let's pay tribute to Tigger and those suffering from this disease. I am not alone. We are not alone. Tigger didn't give up, and neither will we.